Right, hello, hi, I'm Biohacking Joe Bains and I'm doing the Life Hacking Podcast. So I have Matt Wills here.
Hello.
And Ian Miller.
Hello.
Both doing shows here. So guys, before we start, do you want to tell us about your shows?
Sure, so why don't you start with 101?
Yeah, so 101, we've been running, it's a comedy club, we've been running it since about 2012, and we have 4 different pro acts on every night. And this year we're doing 2 shows. We've got one at 2:30 and one at 7:30, and yeah, it's just generally a good laugh. And come on down and we'll do some dick jokes in the pub to you.
Excellent. But since 2012?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time.
I got out of London when all the madness was going on for the Olympics.
All right, and so where is the club normally?
Oh yeah, I should mention where the fuck it is. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to swear?
Yeah, of course you are. No, you're fucking not.
Just checking.
This is an adult audience, so.
It's the Hanover Tap on Hanover Street. That's EH21DR. Twice a day, 2:30 and 7:30.
But do you have it during the rest of the year anywhere else?
It pops up occasionally in pubs around the UK, very occasionally. So it's a standard comedy club setup. So yeah, 4 great comedians, 1 mediocre MC.
But so where else has it performed outside of Edinburgh?
Faversham.
Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, Faversham.
Yeah, some of the home counties. We took it to a couple of the pubs. So yeah, and we're probably going to start doing that a lot more.
Okay, are you thinking?
Although we do say that every single Fringe.
Every year, like,
yeah.
We'll start proper regular shows.
Yeah,
like, I know we're too fucked.
Yeah, too tired. Yeah.
Where do you guys live?
I live in Kent. A place called St Rude or Strood. It's next door to Chatham. Do you know what a chav is? Have you heard of the term chav?
Yeah, I have.
They're from Chatham.
Okay.
That's where the term comes from.
Oh right. Okay.
It's one of the ideas. Yeah,
is that
I live
like
next door to that?
Is that like the only way is Essex? Is that what
it's like that, but poorer.
Okay.
Yeah, much poorer.
Much. Okay.
It's where Charles Dickens wrote.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Right. And where are you?
Originally from Dagenham in Essex.
Yeah.
Built Hornchurch. I say Dagenham because no fucker's ever heard of Hornchurch, so I'll just just say Dagenham.
It's on the underground. How can I? Yeah, you're right.
We're in Scotland, man.
Yeah.
And we'll read the Southern Tube map.
Everybody's heard of the BMP, you know, so, which is originally Dagenham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they still there or?
I don't know. I don't live there no more.
Okay. All right.
I'm a member of a thing called the EDL. Right, which is English Disco Lovers, because we're trying to steal people from, because we love disco. So it's just another take on it. It's a great, join it. It's a Facebook group. It's superb. English Disco Lovers.
Awesome, right? I like that.
Yeah, draw them away from the actual EDL.
I want to start. I want to start a UKIP group, but it'll mean something completely different. What could UKIP stand for?
Undernighted Industry Performers.
That's it, there you go guys, nick that idea as quickly as you can. Okay, right, so we've done the shows. Okay, so this is about life hacks, and life hacks is all about...
your show, yeah?
Oh,
our show as well. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you two were doing it together.
No, we are. So we run that jointly, and then I've got a solo show at the same venue. That's the Hanover Tap on Hanover Street, cleanest toilets of any bar in Edinburgh. And my show is at 5 o'clock. It's called Skydive to Stand Up. It's about me. I jumped out of an aeroplane. It's all true, and I forgot to pull my parachute.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny. It's tragic, and then it gets funny again.
And did the parachute open eventually, or?
Well, Joe, you're gonna have to come at the show and find out.
No, because there is one woman that fell out of a plane.
More than one.
Okay,
but not just women, men as well.
Yeah, and she survived without a parachute.
Yeah, quite a few people have.
Oh, have they? Oh, I see. I thought it was just one person.
No, it's not unusual. Come along and see it. It's a really interesting show. It's a 45-minute show. It's all part of the Free Festival, and it happens every single day at the Hanover Tap.
So how many times have you jumped out of the plane?
160.
100. Oh, so you are fully qualified.
Yeah, and 159 went really well.
Okay,
just that last jump.
Yeah, because there's this direct access course you can do where you do 20 jumps.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, you can then jump by yourself.
Yeah, well, it's called advanced free fall. You just go through it. It's like learning to drive a car.
Yeah, that's it.
It's hard to keep the L plates attached.
I actually looked at doing it in Spain.
You should do it. Puria Brava, great drop zone, great place to jump. You can become qualified in about 3 days.
Yeah.
You just jump and jump and jump all day long. It's lovely. It's great.
Wow.
It's not dangerous in any way.
Yeah. No. And how much is it for down there?
Yeah, AFF will cost you. I think these days it's in the region of $2 to $3 grand.
Okay.
Or probably cheaper actually. It depends how much kit you have to hire. You've got to fly over your accommodation.
Yeah. I mean, accommodation is cheap. Flights are cheap.
Yeah. You go to, I tell you,
Your travel insurance goes up if you.
Your travel insurance really.
Oh right, does it? Okay. So do you need?
Yeah,
but the thing is,
tend to like that too much.
Yeah, but do you really need travel insurance for parachute jumping?
Yeah.
No, let me ask why. Because if it fucks up, right, you're dead.
Not always. I'm here.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm talking to you just before 12 on a Tuesday, so maybe I didn't.
True.
This whole festival's just a dream.
It's just
well, actually, it is. You know, like quantum physics says, this is an illusion anyway. So there we go.
Multiverse. There's a multiverse out there where you didn't
everyone's
survive.
just switched off.
Well, there's the information universe. You know about the information universe?
Have you all been puffing on weed this morning? Did I miss a go on a joint? Is this what's happening?
I actually had one the other day. Somebody had some. And we all took. I mean, the next day, I had a groggy head. It was crazy. So how have you optimized your life? What have you done in the day-to-day morning routine? Anything like that that could be useful to other people.
My life in the last 6 years. I feel I've only been alive for the last 6 years, and the reason for that is so I was a drug addict and an alcoholic. So I was born with a disease, and 6 years ago, I had both my hips replaced, and it changed my life completely. And then since then, I've quit alcohol, drugs, all of it. And I feel like the last 6 years I've been alive. It's been absolutely superb.
So you're like a born again, whatever you want.
Born again. I'm so boring now. I mean, I'm really, really boring. So if I didn't do comedy, I'd probably be in bed by about 9:30, 10 o'clock every single night. I wake up at 4:45 every day. I get up, I try and go to the gym almost every single day. I have, do you know the guy who wrote Dilbert, you know the cartoon?
Yes.
Okay, so
I've
his name's Scott
listened to
Adams.
Yes.
He believes in a thing called the system, right? So you just follow a system, you create habits, and that becomes the system. Go to his website, it's absolutely superb.
I've heard his interview where Tim Ferriss interviews him.
That's a great interview, that's an absolutely superb.
And he talks, and I've actually used that method.
Yeah.
He talks about writing whatever your goal is.
Absolutely.
For 3 months. I think it's 20 times a day or 30 times. I actually did that. Was it last year or the year before? And it happened.
Right.
Like, it just happened.
There's a thing that Henry Ford says, which is whether you think you're right or whether you think whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're normally right.
Yeah.
So you've got to, when I was writing my show, so it was in a Word document, and I had a bottom bit on every single page, and it just said, "I am unstoppable." And because you get moments of doubt, don't you? Right?
Yeah.
When you're creating this stuff, this is rubbish, and no, this is great, this is rubbish, and you just kind of go through a roller coaster of emotions, and and I just kept looking at it, going, "Yeah, I am unstoppable. Don't quit. Come on, I can do this." And then the other words I've got up are "I can." So I have little stupid inspirational things around my computer, and if I ever hear a really good motivational quote, I make a note of it. I think I've got about 140 of them now, and I just now and again, when you get those low moments, I look at the motivational stuff and just go, it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Because it normally is. Right?
It is, It's all in our head, most of it.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And you can set yourself. Clinical depression sort of runs in my family, but I'm lucky enough I don't suffer from it. But for those people who are clinically depressed, they have a really hard time. Right? Their chemicals are imbalanced, and it gives them, they go through hell. But if you haven't got that, if you're just feeling miserable, there are different ways you can, try and achieve it rather than. I don't want to Tom Cruise it. That's not about medication. There's a thing that changed my life completely, and this was the number one thing, and it was at the top of Bank escalator on the tube station, and it just says, if you don't like your life, you can change it. And I saw that for 8 years, and I never understood it. And then one day I went,
then you bought a pair of Nike
that's
trainers.
me. That's me. I can change it. Yeah, so I did. And I do loads of stuff. Meditate, exercise. I'm kind to others. That gives me more. That really fills my heart. Yeah, just being kind to others.
Have you done Vipassana yet then?
What's that? No.
The uni, you said you meditate.
Yeah, no, I just sit there and meditate and I just breathe. I just breathe.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
And have you used the Muse too for meditation?
No, what's that?
It's the headband. You put it on your head. I thought it was just a gimmick, but bloody hell, it works. Like I now refuse to meditate without it. In fact, when I travel, I carry it with me. But it's basically biofeedback for meditation. So you know, like when you sit and meditate, you're not sure whether you're doing it right, and your mind can wander. And then you don't realize your mind has wandered, and then you could have wandered for 5 minutes before you realize you could bring it back. Well, this thing pings you all the time, and so as soon as your meditation goes wrong, you know straight away. And so
what's that called?
It's called Muse 2. It's totally changed how I meditate.
Okay.
I just ordered it from Amazon because it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I just wanted to try it. And my goal was that I'd try it, it wouldn't be that good, and I would send it back, and so it wouldn't cost me anything. But I've kept it, and I'm now looking forward to Muse 3. I'm thinking, if this thing is this good, what's the next going to be?
I'll wait till the Muse 6 comes out, or the Muse 6.
Like what it does, it connects to the phone, and it monitors your brainwaves. And so,
how much does this thing cost?
I think it's like £200-300, something like that.
Oh wow! Oh, okay. Oh.
I don't know. It's between 2 to 4. I bought it.
I'm going to need all of you to come and see my show and donate generously. Then, if I'm going to buy one of these,
I swear to you, it's the best. Like, I mean, I didn't believe in these gimmicks, but it's totally changed my meditation.
A friend of mine, he's a Buddhist, and he's been practicing Buddhism for a couple of decades, and he keeps telling me about the power of chanting, and it's a bit like what you said about Scott Adams. You write it down, write it down. He chants this same thing every single day, and it's a Buddhist chant, and he just sits there for 20 minutes with his eyes open, and he just chants and chants and chants, and he thinks about what he wants, and he chants and chants and chants. Pretty much he gets, I mean, the guy's reasonably happy. He gets pretty much, he doesn't need a lot to live, and he's reasonably happy. There's a lot to say to that.
Well, it also, because we've got the reticular activation system in our brain, which is our like guided missile thing. Once you can program that to go for something, it will then use your subconscious mind to push you in that direction. So it's like, it'd be like, say you wanted to lose weight, right? And all you can think about is cakes and McDonald's, you're not going to lose weight. But say say you love salads, for example, right? And you hate cakes, and you hate McDonald's food, and you hate all these fast foods, but you just love salad, you're going to lose weight without even trying.
You just program.
Yeah, that's right. And that comes from the subconscious mind. That's the reticular activation system.
Yeah.
And if you can program that, that's what hypnosis is all about. If you can program that thing, it will literally take you there. It's like an autopilot for your brain.
So I'm quite lucky, so I'm really easily susceptible. So
Me too.
I'm not letting Ian speak. So I'm really easily susceptible. So like I'm an advertiser's dream. If I see an advert, like all I want to buy at the moment is the Muse 2. That's all I want.
Oh really?
Well, just because you've said it, I'm like, I want one of them. And I really struggled to give up marijuana because I've been on it for 30 odd years as pain relief. And in the end, I had to see someone, and he hypnotised me. He spent about 2 hours with me, and I haven't touched it since. And yeah, it was just,
that's pretty good.
Not only that, but the day after, I was with some people who were smoking it, and the guy offered me a joint. And normally, I'd have an internal conflict. So there'd be like good Matt here and bad Matt here, and they'd be like, "Oh, take the joint, don't take the joint, don't take the joint." And when he offered it to me, I was like, "No, I'm fine." And I didn't have that internal conflict. because he'd reprogrammed my brain in about 2 hours. It was really handy. And the last time I saw him, because I'm trying to get rid of the bad, toxic things in my life, so chocolate is the thing I'm trying to get rid of currently, and he reprogrammed me on that. And I lasted for about 6 weeks, and then I collapsed terribly. But after he programmed me the first time on chocolate, he said, just don't feel bad when you eat chocolate. For the next week, bear in mind, I've never touched marijuana since he'd done the whole but on chocolate, I ate 10 to 15 bars a day after he hypnotised me. I went like that, my chocolate intake. And then he phoned me up, he went, how's it going? And I went, it's really, really bad. And he said something, and then I didn't touch it again for 6 weeks.
Wow, what's his name? I mean,
Jason Simmons. He's absolutely super.
I'll have to get him.
He's changed my life.
Yeah. Because I have a couple of nagging things which if I get rid of it, I'll be a rocket.
And you want to get rid of it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, well that's because I wanted to get rid of marijuana and nicotine and all of that. So
But you didn't want to get rid of chocolate.
I clearly don't, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, I think that's important that you have to want to get rid of it.
I don't think I want to get rid of chocolate bad enough. Hence the the little bit of belly. So
Yeah, no, I want to get rid of this because it would just turn me into a rocket, basically. Okay, all right, and so
my approach is pretty much the exact opposite of all this.
Get a chocolate in.
I mean, I used to be quite overweight, and so I've lost weight, but I didn't do any of the sort of new age hippie sort of getting zonked in the face until you're thin or something like that. I think I made a decision that I wanted to lose weight, and I sort of just, because I think I had tried before and failed, where when January I'm going to become the Mr. Zen Buddhist fucker. I'm going to just drink tea all day and sit here in a whatever position, and that's just not going to work.
Because you were thinner. I think it was last year or the year before I saw you were really thin.
Yeah.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, too thin.
When I first met Ian, so I see Ian about twice a year. So we work together on this show. And we talk to one another, but we don't see a lot of each other. And it's all done remotely and, on text and stuff. And I hadn't seen him for about 8 months. And I was meeting up with him and he went, just to let you know, I look a little bit different. And I went, okay. And he went, I've just lost a little bit of weight. So I went, okay. And he turned up, he stood in front of me. And I didn't recognise him.
Yeah.
And he went, it's me. And you look so from thin. And what do we associate with someone who's gone through rapid weight loss? You think they're sick, right? So I was like,
you got cancer.
Yeah, that was it. I was like, oh God, you don't look well.
No, I've just stayed at McDonald's for 6 months.
Yeah, and it's quite inspiring, right? Because I said, how did you do it? And you went, watch my calories and I exercised hard. That was it. You counted calories and you exercised hard. It's as simple as that, right?
Simple but not easy.
It's not easy, no.
But also, I didn't start off by counting calories. All I did was I did it a bit more naturally and started going, okay, for this week, first week in January, I will only drink once a week.
Right,
and then a little bit more and a little bit more. So I think your willpower is basically like a muscle.
Yeah.
If you just slap on like 500 pounds on a barbell and try and deadlift it, first time out,
it's not going to work. Yeah.
It ain't going to work.
Yeah.
You have to put a bit on, get happy doing that, bit more, and that was probably about 5 years ago. I lost all the weight, and a lot of people, I think because I did it slowly, I've not gone and put it all back on, because it is fairly, because actually the real battle is not losing it, it's actually keeping it off. There's lots of people yo-yo up and down, and my weight has gone up a bit. I'm still in the normal category on the BMI sort of stuff.
Okay.
So I went from being clinically obese to being underweight on BMI. I'm now I need to lose a bit more actually because I've been drinking a bit too much.
So how far below did it go?
My lowest I was 140 pounds.
What was your fat percentage for the lowest? Did you
I
was about 10%.
10%. Okay.
Really? Wow. How was your mind on that? Because I noticed I've lost about 1.5 stone. And some days my mind is so sharp, especially when I don't eat. I'm a lot more sharper when I don't eat. But I've noticed I get colder and then sometimes I just wander into... I think I need a little bit of fat for my brain.
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't think
Just trying
that...
to find out how much you weigh.
So I'm not into the whole keto thing, so I don't think it's a good idea or healthy to cut out whole food groups. I think
It's done, it gets rid of diseases. So it basically speeds up your healing by 100%.
I'd like to see the medical studies on that.
Well, you're looking at it. I used to be disabled.
Did you say you were 140 pounds?
Yeah.
45.
145 pounds? My God, that's the weight I am now. That's 10 stone.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm about, what, a foot taller than you?
Yeah. Wow, that's skinny. Hang on, you used to be disabled and then you went keto.
Yeah.
What was your disability?
So I needed somebody to put me in and take me in and out of bed. I needed somebody to take me to the toilet. I wouldn't have been able to come up those stairs. I needed somebody to shower. The best bit was, that I never showered alone because somebody had to take my clothes off and shower and change me. So they used to...
NHS.
Yeah. So we used to have this, we basically got this routine where my brother would look after me during the day and my sister would look after me during the night, and then my nephew would come and change my clothes once a week and shower me. So we had that routine.
What was wrong with you?
I basically fucked my back up and my right hip, and I did some internal damage, so I also ended up with diabetes type 2. I was like extreme diabetic, like 13.5, on the test.
Wow.
Like all the way.
How did you do your hip and your back?
Being an idiot, I think the...
Skydiving?
Yes, I've done a couple of skydives, I've done parachute jumps, I used to do skiing and snowboarding. I used to have a motorcycle, so I had a motorcycle. I think I must have had like 10 motorcycle accidents. I was an idiot. I just thought I had 100 lives, but I found out I only had 20. But...
And then how did you get healthy?
It
wasn't just keto.
No, it wasn't just keto. It was, what happened was, because initially when I first became disabled, I ended up in hospital, and my psychology at that time was, you're the expert, you fix me. I don't want to know, you fix me. And so they basically just kept transferring me to hospital, because each hospital just gave up, and then they said, well, that hospital's really good, send you there. And so I ended up going to 4 different hospitals, and each one just washed their hands off me. And then the last hospital said, look, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep transferring you to another hospital. So you're just going to have to live with it. We can't do anything for you. And that was the best thing that happened, because that transferred the responsibility.
If you don't like your life, you can change it.
Yeah, exactly. But once they told me, yeah, that's right, but once they'd done that, once they told me that was it, I can remember mentally taking the responsibility back. And as soon as I did that, it empowered me to learn, to try different things. So I tried loads of different things, like 90% failed. I mean, I did the most ludicrous things.
10% worked.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the important thing, right?
Because that's right. My approach to writing, just accept that 90% of what you write is going to be shit.
Yeah,
so just keep lobbing shit at that wall until something turns out good.
Yeah.
Edison invented the light bulb. He did
90.
it was like it was thousands.
Yeah.
And he went, no, I just found 3,000 ways that it wouldn't work.
Exactly.
I found one way that it would.
Yeah. Yes. But the biggest one that had the difference was the 2 things that helped me the most was cannabis oil and keto. Like as soon as I went keto, my body just changed.
There's a girl I work with as a temp in an office to sort of supplement the huge amount of money I get from comedy. And yeah, she's gone keto. I think she's about 6 stone down at the moment.
Yeah, automatically, everything, your whole body just shifts like that.
It's a frame of mind. She's so much happier.
Yeah, it's not
positivity.
It's not.
It's gorgeous to see.
It's a chemical imbalance. The keto just balances your body.
Like there are studies that show it work under medical supervision and done right. Treats
treats
autism.
Doctors don't know. Doctors don't know how to use keto properly. They see it as some weird shit. They have no idea. I've spoken to doctors. They don't even understand keto.
That's some doctors. Right?
Yes.
But if you listen to so John Gorn does a podcast about keto. So he's a radio journalist with a doctor. Fascinating. And just listening to that's the beauty of stuff like this, right? Because if one person watches this podcast and decides they're going to change their life because they're inspired by Ian, who lost like 7 stone or whatever.
Yeah. By not doing keto or
by not doing shit.
shit.
If that helps just one person, then it's all worthwhile.
Oh, of course it is.
Because that one person could go on to have a much more fulfilled life. They could then go on and have a child. That child might be the person who cures cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No pressure, people watching this. That's what you're up against. That's what we're after. Cure cancer.
What they found, like depression and all these mental states, they're also to do with the foods you eat. Like if you take a child and give them sweets, they're hyper, right? You know, they've got ADHD, they've got all kinds of stuff. And so if you balance your brain with the right nutrition, it's naturally happier.
But for you though, and I think it's different for each person.
Of course it is,
What Ian would eat would
for me. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I find I'm better off with no food.
Yeah.
I'm significantly better.
I do that. A complete wank when I'm hungry. So
no. Once I pass that though, I'm like, oh, okay, good actually. And my creativity, wow. So if I go down to sort of a lot less calories, and it's just, and I go.
So you're when you don't eat, and then you go down a bit, and then it comes up. When it comes back up, you want ketosis. Yes, that's right. So you'll bake. And so it comes out because you've gone into ketosis.
Yes, and I've got, for me, it's the sugar addiction. That's what I struggle with.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I struggle with that as well. Yeah. That's one of the things.
For me, it's bruises. I'm like you with chocolate. I don't want to give up 12 beers.
And booze as well, right?
So
how much sugar is in a pint of beer?
Yeah.
Right? So you're probably addicted to the sugar as much as
anything.
Actually, when I stopped drinking for a bit, I did what you did. So I'd eat loads of chocolate bars.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, sugar is as addictive as cocaine. So.
Isn't it more so? Have you seen a comedian called Alistair Williams?
No.
I think he's the funniest comic on the fringe. But yeah, he does a great bit about they were testing cocaine versus the addictive
on mice or something.
And the mice were on the sugar, much more addicted. Yeah.
But one of the differences between the two is because cocaine is a drug that affects your liver takes out. Is with the cocaine, you get used to it and need bigger and bigger doses to get the same effect, whereas that's not true with the sugar.
Oh, so a teaspoon of sugar would just always give you the same response.
The same, you get the same drug from one teaspoon, so that's why. And with most addiction, like most things that are addictive, there are people that take, I know loads of people at university that smoke loads and loads of weed.
Yeah.
And they're perfectly fine, decent human beings.
Yeah.
Like me with drinking, you go out on a Friday, Tuesday night, you don't have to be up till like 4 o'clock for lectures next day. Booze, and then you get into your 20s and you've got work and shit like that, so you don't smoke so much weed.
But there's some of us who can't, so I can't. I can't have one beer. I can't, and it's not fair. I'd love to be able to drink like you. You can drink when you want. You're not governed by it.
So what happens to you when you have a beer?
I'm an arsehole.
Oh right, I see.
The people around me, I make their life a misery. Yeah.
I've actually lived. I lived with a guy when I was in uni, and he was Irish. He was the nicest guy on the planet, the most polite guy on the planet, right? But once he's had a few beers, he turned into a complete. And so every time he got pissed, he would spend the next 2 days apologizing to loads of people. And he literally, it was almost like 2 different people. Because I would be with him when he was going from sober to drunk.
And is he sober now, do you know?
I don't know. I mean, this was in university, it's a year ago.
Whereas I have a few drinks, I might talk to more people.
Oh, do you see? So okay. So
for some people, it's great, right? For the majority of people, I think alcohol, they can manage it really, really well. And some of us, we can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's it. Yeah.
I go to AA meetings. They're a great help. That is just a great fellowship. It really is. It's
So
really
are you doing the 12-step program?
I'm not currently. No, I'm not ready. Weirdly enough, and it's been a long time.
12-step, the one that the first step is to admit there's a God and you should do what He tells you.
That always put me off about AA, but it's not that at all. It's like, just give your addiction over to a higher being, right? Whatever that may be to you. It doesn't have to be God. Even the word God, they're like, you don't have to use that word. As long as you've got a desire to stay, to quit drinking, that's what AA is all about. It's fantastic. Yeah, the AA changed my life. Absolutely. Yeah. That, the hypnosis. There's lots of little things. That and it's what you said. It's the hacks. Right?
Yes, that's right.
It's like a few years ago, I was going through a bad time, and it's the people I'm around. So Ian, although he struggles to be, Ian shows me great love and compassion, right? And a few years ago when I was having a bad time, like that really helped. And then, it's the people around me who I've shown love and compassion to, and that comes back to as well. Tim Ferriss's podcast, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Right? That blows me away. Just the people he talks to and what he gets out of them, and what they give him. Yeah, it's lovely. I've learned so much listening to that guy talk.
Yeah, there's also, what's his name? The guy who invented biohacking.
Yes, him. Yeah. He's a fascinating man.
Bulletproof exact.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
He wants to live till he's like
180.
Yeah.
And he will, I've been following his thing because he's actually gotten younger. Have you heard of Ben Greenfield?
Yeah, that's ringing a bell.
Right. He hacked his body. So he's like in his 40s. And the last time he was tested, his biological age was, I think it was 25 or 22. So he reversed his age to like 25, 22.
Depends how they measure that.
Well,
because actually I'm fitter now than I was.
Yeah.
I can get
but this guy, this guy went
19.
extreme. This guy turned it into his mission to reverse his age. So he did everything, stem cells, the whole works. So when biologically, when they test you, they're also testing your chromosomes. They're testing your, what is that thing called, right at the end of the DNA? That's a special name for it.
Something clock.
Chromo
clock.
I can't remember, but basically what they found is that there's this thing right at the end of the DNA, and every time your cell has to replicate, this thing gets shorter. And if it gets too short, your cells can't replicate, and then you die. And that is a very accurate way to measure age, right? And there's a special name for it. And what this guy was able to do, it was to regrow that. So that he regrew it back to...
you need to, in the show notes here, you need to post all of that information so people can find out.
Yeah.
Show me the...
yeah, mainly me.
The studies and shit.
You do your own research.
But I don't want to.
I mean, you know what I don't get, right?
Well, Wikipedia.
No, Wikipedia. You've got Google, right? Like if you told me something, right? And I went, that sounds a bit dodgy. I will go. It's fine. I will go and look myself. I don't want other people to give me the information. I want to go and look for it myself.
So they're empowered, and it's up to them.
But what I don't get
is your problem.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but what I don't get is when people go, "Well, show me the proof." I'm like, "Yeah, you've got Google, right? You can do the research yourself, and it's better if you do it yourself because then you're looking for it yourself."
But you could Google to find anything that you want to.
Of course you can. Yeah.
If you want to know that black is white,
you can find a video to tell you. You can find information to tell you ice cream is good for you. You can find videos to tell you Mahatma Gandhi is an evil bastard, right? You can get anything. It's all out there. But you've got to have the filters yourself to be able to filter what's good and what's bad. So you've got to have the know-how, not the know-how, the awareness that, that might not be right, or this, so, because 90% of the information, it doesn't matter what field you take. You could be in any field. It could be medicine, it could be IT, it could be marketing, any field you pick. 90% is bullshit.
That's QI, isn't it? That's what they say. Like everything we're telling you now, that will be proved wrong.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And so if you're in like the marketing industry, for example, right? You automatically know, because you're in that industry, which is the bullshit, and you will automatically filter that out. You won't even see it. But if you're not in that industry, you go into that industry. What you find confusing is because you haven't got the knowledge or the awareness to filter that the 90% out, and so that's why it's confusing. But once you've been in that industry for a couple of years, and you'll automatically go to the right place because you'll just bypass all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you know that? So
let me ask you this then: how long do you want to live for? How old are you now, first of all?
I'm 35.
35. And how long do you want to live for?
yeah,
As long as I'm healthy and enjoying my life.
yeah. But
If I'm not healthy and...
no, but what age do you want that to be?
Yeah, that's a better question. What age do you want?
Let's go 90.
Okay, so at 90 you want to be running.
55 years you've got to get through.
Hence why when someone says, I'm going to live 180 years, it makes me a bit dubious.
Yeah, that's only because because you don't know.
And
But
then how long do you want to?
so my goal is to live to over 100, but still be active the way I am.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm not down with any of this.
Yeah.
I think about 15 more summers and I'm out. I'm done.
How old are you, by the way?
48.
48.
Yeah, about 63. I'm going to tack. I'm out.
Oh, really?
Well, it just seems from everyone I'm seeing at the moment.
Yeah, but that's them. That's not you.
Of course it is, right? But it seems that they're reaching a certain age, and it may be because they're old. All they're doing is moaning. That's all they're doing. I think actually I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the burden on the people around me. I don't want to get to that point where every single bit of my body hurts, no matter how well I've looked after myself. I'm an ex-huge smoker, an ex-massive drinker and drug taker. It's not going to end well for me in the final days. So I'll make the plan. I'll control it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've said to my mates, it was about 7 years. No, it was about 6, 7 years ago. I said, right, I've got about 22 summers left.
Wow.
I'm going to enjoy the 22 summers.
Yeah, but then
make the most of it.
yes. So what is your plan for the next 22 summers?
Well, no, I'm down to about 15 now.
Okay,
so,
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
have you planned the next 10 then?
I've planned the next couple. So yeah, I want to be better at comedy, and my current goal is I want to do an Ironman. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, what exactly is an Ironman?
It's the big swim. It's a big bike ride. Then it's a marathon.
Okay.
So I'm doing the half marathon next year.
Mm-hmm.
Sponsorship free as well. If you're serious about it, right? You don't need people to just come and do it.
Yes.
So that's what I'm working to. So I reckon by the time I'm about 52, I want to be doing a triathlon.
Okay.
Which is the swim bike.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I would at some point in my life climb Mount Everest, like stand on top of it, and then come back down.
Why?
Just for the hell of it. No reason whatsoever.
Yeah, most people attempt that dice. That's kind of conflicting with your live to 100 motto.
Well,
why would that? What do you mean?
It's incredibly dangerous. It's really difficult.
Is that half the people that attempt it?
Yeah, have you heard
the attempt?
So they're still there.
So have you heard?
They're like Han Solo. They're frozen up there.
So have you heard of a guy called the Iceman?
Yeah.
So I do his
Hoff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Something Hoff.
Wim Hof. Yeah.
Wim Hof. That's it.
So I do his breathing and I do the cold showers and all that. And next year I'm planning on going on his courses, the expedition. You know, the one where he takes you up into the mountains in your underwear. Do you guys know about this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy.
I mean, I'll come with you if you want some company.
Let's do it.
I'm fascinated by that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just for fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If none of it works, you might get an Edinburgh show out of it.
No, but there's been quite a few YouTubers who've gone on his thing, and they're like, they went on it to disprove it, to discredit it, and they end up becoming coaches with it.
Yeah, because their mind went, okay, I can.
Yeah, exactly.
I can. Look what I can achieve.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I did a month ago. I rode 120 miles overnight. It's the third time I've done it. You would have said to me 6 years ago, you're going to be doing this. And like, no, it's not working. Because that's just not fun. Now I train for that all year. Yeah, it's an overnight bike ride called the Dunwich Dynamo. I love it. It's just,
It's
and
fun.
I can do it, right?
Yeah, that's right. When you can, it becomes fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and
it's why it's hard to get people into exercise, because when you first do it, it fucking hurts.
Yeah, of course.
And you have to go through a lot of pain before you can just go, oh, I'll roll out of bed and do 5k.
Yeah, but it's the same as, yeah, but that applies to everything. Imagine if you were starting out in comedy now. Imagine the pain you'd have to go through, the number of deaths you'd have to die on stage.
you still have to though, right?
Oh yeah,
but
we're more conditioned now to it. But just remember, like, if say a new guy had stepped in and they wanted to do comedy, you could be, you're gonna have to die about 20, 30 times, you know,
at
like,
least. I've died at this fringe. I've died at least 10 times.
But
it's been awful.
But
right?
each one, there's some pain to go through.
Of course there is, and I'm like,
and everything.
But then that material is not good enough. Right?
Yeah,
and I need to rethink that.
Yeah, but
I need to rethink whatever I'm doing. Right?
But that's part of the growth. That's part of the conditioning.
But even then, you'll still get bits where you get people to laugh in those 30 deaths.
Of course, but
because like when a compere says, "This is this guy's first ever gig," crowds go fairly easy on you.
Yeah, of course they do.
But I had 20 people in the other day. Right? I've got over 100 jokes in my show. They laughed at every single joke, so much so that I had to drop about 7 minutes of material. Right? 6 days beforehand, I had 9 people in.
Yeah.
They didn't laugh once. The same jokes.
Wow.
So it's brutal sometimes.
So if I was to say, what advice would you give to your younger self or to your kids about life? Like, if you had to give like 2 or 3 bits of advice to your younger self or to your kids, what would you want to pass on to them?
It's probably just to learn to accept yourself more, because I've always been like quite socially awkward. I've never really been comfortable talking to people. You should know it's hard to fucking ask about that.
It's true. It's true.
And now I'm 35. I'm like, I don't care. I'm happy just to. I think I used to, because people think that you should be the person that goes and talks to life and so on the party, and there's like, actually I just don't need to, it doesn't matter that much. And so I think it's a bias that humans have, that most people think that everyone else is thinking about you, whereas in reality no one gives a flying fuck.
No, absolutely.
They're worried about their own shit.
Of course they are. Yeah. They're worried about what the other people are thinking about them.
Yeah.
And they're not. None of us are
Nobody
about
cares. So how long did it take for you to come to that realization? When did you come to that realization?
Probably the last 5 or 6 years.
And was there an epiphany, or did it just slowly grow?
There was no hipster epiphany sort of thing. I think it just came over time as becoming more comfortable with yourself, really.
Okay.
Like, people think I should be confident because I do stand up, but because I do stand up, I'm very well practiced and confident with a mic in my hand, shouting at pissheads in pubs.
Yeah.
Having a quiet conversation over a coffee, probably not so much.
Okay, and what other bits of information do you want to pass on to?
That's the most important thing, really.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that
and always question things, because...
Question everything.
Yeah, because there is I work in IT, so I know I could put any information, I just write any old bollocks I like and stick it on the internet, and it will be there.
Yeah.
So you've got to be able to filter out the bullshit.
Exactly, yeah. So you've got to have the awareness.
As it appears to you.
Yeah.
And I think also, I think it's a huge problem we have in our society at the moment, especially with the whole Brexit thing, left and right, is I think we've lost the ability to disagree with people without being a cunt to them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm disagreeing with Joe, I'm not being an arsehole.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
I'm not like,
yeah.
No, you're the worst person in the world. Of course you don't agree with me.
It's just got a different view to you, and you're an adult enough to go, oh, okay, is that the nonsense you believe in? I believe in this nonsense. Oh, okay, yeah. And it doesn't have to end in a, let's split everything up.
And also, there's no God, it's all bullshit.
And we should be able to say whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, look,
well, there's a flying spaghetti monster exists. Trust me, I've seen it.
Who, God?
No, there's a flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah, the Italian around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done a lot of acid as well.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I've had some amazing trips. I mean, don't do it. Yeah. What's the best one you've done?
Well, acid.
Yeah, acid's the best one you've done.
No, in terms of drugs.
Yeah.
I loved all of them. I loved it, yeah, but I wouldn't. I think that here's my problem with drugs. Everybody tells you drugs are bad, right?
Yeah.
And then when you're a young adult, you go and try drugs, and you have a whale of a time. More often than not, you do. And you're like, wow, they lied to me about that. Well, what else have they lied to me about? Oh, well, let me try this, let me try this, let me try this. And the first thing about drugs is you have a great time. And it's only when you're in, and you're in, for me, it was like a version of hell. And I couldn't get out of it. And it was, oh, I get why drugs are bad now. But I didn't see it initially. It was until I was, and suddenly you're like, you're 30 years in and you're trapped by these addictions. And but you don't realise that when you're 16 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, if they didn't tell you drugs are so bad, you probably wouldn't.
Well, if they would have just been honest about it, if someone would have come to the school and gone, just say, first time you do drugs, you're going to have a whale of a time. But here's what happens over time. Right? The damage that alcohol's caused to me in my life and the people in my life, just because it's not for me, that's not healthy.
Yeah.
Right? So, I just think we just need to we need to educate people a bit more. Like, don't teach me about trigonometry. Do you know how often I've used trigonometry? We learned that at school for ages. I don't even know what it is. Whereas if someone would have said to me, oh, this is how you balance your money every month. If you're only earning £7,000 a year, here's what you've got to take into account. Or here's what happens if you're going to smoke. You'll probably meet a lot more people, but there are downsides. You will get more flu. Right? You will have a cold more than anyone who doesn't smoke. Because you do, because you're ripping your body apart. Right, for me, that was just, if you're going to drink that much alcohol, you will lose a lot of mobile phones. Oh God, will you? Well, they're expensive, aren't they? And I'm only earning £7,000 a year. Bloody hell, I need to figure this out. Can I afford to drink and own mobile phones? Probably not. I miss those though. As much as it's destroyed me.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Ian? What's your poison?
Oh, booze.
Just booze. But you don't want to give it up.
No, to be honest, I think.
But you've got it under control anyway.
Yeah, I think I'm at a stage. I like real ales, and I don't want to drink Foster and eat shitty beers.
Ah, okay.
So
yeah, you won't even compromise, will you? If there's not good beer in the place, you're like, yeah, I'm alright.
Oh, yeah, really?
You're almost
if I go to a pub and there's Carlsberg Fosters, I have gin and tonic.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your favourite ales? Or so you drink ales, real ales, right?
Yeah, I like your pale ales mostly. I like experimenting too. So something on that's interesting. Like I was drinking
that mango one you had last night smelled gorgeous.
What was the mango one? It's a pale ale.
Don't know what brew it was from, but luckily our venue is the Hanover Taps. They have about 5 or 6 different taps of quality stuff on.
And they've got this huge TV above the bar of all of the different real ales they've got.
Wow.
You can comment on the real ale now and again, and it appears on the bottom of the TV, so you can Twitter it in. Technology is amazing.
Yeah, that sounds like, because there are like groups of real ale drinkers.
See, I moan about hipsters and
but you're one of them now.
For this one thing.
Yeah.
And to be honest, actually, I'm actually more of a socks and sandals camera sort of ale man. I like the odd interesting one, but I also like the more traditional ones too. So that's because I moved to Kent to move in with my girlfriend, and it's like beer is so much better in Kent compared to Essex. Any pub in Essex is just Carlsberg, Foster's, Guinness.
Yeah, that's basically
John Smith's.
Pubs in Kent.
Yeah,
it's just the commercialisation.
But I've got a stage where it's like I'll drink once or twice a week if I'm being good.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'd maybe have a week where I drink every day, but
Fringe.
Yeah, the fringe.
Yeah, I've noticed my food went to shit when I got here.
Yeah.
Normally my food is pretty good, but it sort of fell apart.
Well, you're running from gig to gig.
Yeah. But I put it back under control.
I eat 5 meals a day here.
Yeah.
At least.
Wow, yeah.
I don't stop eating. And I'm running, because I do, so basically I fly out for 2 hours, then I do a show, then I fly out for an hour, then I do my show, then I fly out for an hour and a half, then I do my show. And in that I have like meal replacement things, I'm eating bananas, and yeah, and I'll eat a huge breakfast, then I'll have a huge dinner, and I'll try and squeeze in meals throughout that as well.
Wow.
Yeah, during the festival, even though I'm eating shit and drinking booze, I always end up losing weight because everywhere's uphill.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're walking everywhere, aren't you? Being on stage, I just think the energy that takes out of you, for someone at our level, right? Well, maybe a more seasoned pro, maybe not, but yeah, I think that nervous energy burns off a hell of a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
Especially if you're feeling it slightly under pressure, you'll sweat, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The first week here, I took a change of clothes. I was changing my clothes, well, changing my t-shirt once a day. So I'd have to do a show, change my shirt, do my next show, again, change another shirt.
Jesus.
Whereas now I've settled into it and I'm a bit more confident about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is my first solo show. It's I'm on one shirt a day. Check me out.
And what do you feel are the qualities to become successful?
Hard work.
Hard work.
Hard work and water. Yeah.
Hard work and water, and what about you, Ian?
Hard work and beer.
No, not hard work and beer, it's hard work and real ale. Not just any beer. Right?
For me, but if you want to drink dog's piss Fosters, then you knock yourself out.
No, but for you it'd be real ale, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah. So
a nice great hophead.
Hophead? What's that?
It's my favourite ale.
Oh, right, okay. So
brewed down in Brighton from Dark Star Brewery.
Well, what do you guys think of Guinness then?
So I've heard if people on these things mention something, they send you free shit for advertising, so I thought I'd get that one in there.
Guinness was my drink.
Yeah, same here.
Love it.
One of the things I find hard to not drink is Guinness, yeah. Since I've been here, I've had 2 pints of Guinness.
I do love a nice stout porter in the winter.
Yeah.
Not in the summer, definitely a cold winter's night drink that.
I fell off the wagon a couple of years ago in Edinburgh actually, and I only had a couple of pints. My first pint, Ian went, "What do you want, a soda, water and lime?" And I went, "Get me a Guinness." And he went, "Oh, okay." He put a Guinness in front of me. I swallowed it in about 2 gulps, didn't I? I was like, "I'll have another one, please." And Ian went, "I don't think you should." "Drink me?" And I went, "Okay, here you go." "Maybe you should drink it slower." I was like, "Yeah, all right, maybe I should." Go on, I had about 6 pints that night.
Wow.
My life, in the space of about 3 hours, my life completely fell apart again. And it was like, okay, there's a reason I don't do this. Yeah.
Maybe you needed that at that point.
Yeah, I did, right? Yeah, it was good to fail.
Yeah. Brilliant. Okay.
Sorry, are you meeting?
No, it's you. We're finished. We're finished. Coming in, yeah. So yeah, thank you very much. I'm Biohacker Joe Bains, and